You ready? You got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
Okay, good day, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call, episode 282. So, yeah, this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. So, this currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. Here, we'll be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risks. So, a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, so before we start, just want to do a quick roundup of the more impactful economic events that happened last week. So we had the Federal Reserve held interest rate unchanged at the target range of 0 to 0.25%, while maintaining monthly bond buying at $120 billion. But the main thing to take away here is that Fed Chairman Powell thinks that the full recovery is still a long way to go. So furthermore, Powell said that the transitory rise in inflation this year will not warrant an interest rate hike. Secondly, we had the Bank of Japan held its monetary policy at status quo during its policy meeting last Tuesday. So despite the recent spike in the number of COVID-19 cases, the central bank revised its projected GDP upwards for 2021 from 3.9% to 4%. So the BOJ also highlighted that the outlook provided is highly unclear and is subjected to change depending on the consequences of the COVID-19. So with that, on that note, I'll pass the time right now to Scott for the dollar index analysis. Scott.
All right, hi everyone, and happy Monday as well. So look, US dollar, and on Friday we did see it move a little bit higher. I'll just share the screen now. So currently we actually moved through 90.80 pretty aggressively as well. So I did mention that that was a selling opportunity, but I also said wait for the price action to confirm this. So this is a good talking point as an example of, I guess, when price can move through a level quite rapidly as well. Now, in regards to 90.80 as well, I don't have this in blue because the levels are quite close to each other. So it doesn't hold as much significance as, you know, the bottom here at 90.40 or so, and then we've got 91 and it's at around 91.30 right now, and it is holding up there too. So we'll see in regards to how it interacts with this. Now, if we look back at previous price action here, it has rejected it. It has got as high as, you know, around 91.40 or so. Now, on the back of this, if we refer to the fundamentals about what happened last week, especially Friday night, there was some key economic data released that looks like there's higher than expected inflation. So the market sort of got a little bit spooked. We saw a rise in the US dollar. Equities did cool off as well. So my view, as I've expressed before, is we'll see some, you know, shorter term spikes like this. And it's going to be interesting to see if the market has conviction with this information that's come out in regards to inflation and, you know, what's really going on in the economy, and this is the price of general goods and services, which are higher. So we'll see if the supply chain issues, you know, that case holds up to the reasoning behind these numbers, or if the market really thinks that things are a little bit hotter than really what the Fed wants. So obviously the Fed does not want to raise rates at all. There's a lot of borrowed money out there in regards to the States. So this is quite an interesting point now. So we really want to see what it does here. And, you know, it has respected the range previously with these recent highs that it's got to, then it begins to sell off. So we'll see tonight what happens. And I guess more updates to come on Forex Trading Asia from me as well with a potential trade idea. But you've got to really be a little bit hesitant just to jump in short now because we've seen a pretty strong move higher on Friday. So let's wait to see what the market does tonight in the US before, dialing in on a particular trade idea is my thought process.
Okay, thank you for that, Scott. Right now, we will get into the currency in focus today, which is the Aussie and Kiwi. So we are here with Jin Dao Tai, founder of LCMS Traders, a multi-million-dollar trader trading an account with more than US $14 million on a daily basis. Yeah, so right now, Jin, I'll pass the time to you for the Aussie and Kiwi analysis.
All right, thanks for that, Jinwei. Good May, we're in May already. So first trading day of May, looking at the way the markets has been moving or performing, we have seen, like Scott was sharing, that US dollar, some slight US dollar strength being coming into play late last week. Several reasons for that. Just doing a quick recap. On Thursday last week, we saw, hang on, just scroll down. On Thursday last week, where is it? Very good GDP numbers from the US. Quarter on quarter was 4.3%, expected a 6.1, came out at 6.4. So, in line with that expectation for a bit of a stronger US economic data. This also was spurred on by the stimulus checks, creating more purchasing, creating more production, more actually stimulating the economy as it was intended to do. So 6.4 came out. We didn't see the impact being applied immediately, but eventually we did see the US dollar hit a very low point before rebounding towards the end of the week and also the end of the month. So there's one thing to pay attention to is that as we approach the end of the month, a lot of times big institutions end up rebalancing their books. We see them taking off positions or getting into new positions coming into the following month. So we tend to see a little bit more of a profit-taking activity or a little bit more of that volatility coming into play. On Friday last week, nothing too flash happened. Just scrolling through that. We had some news from the US side, but nothing too flash to push prices too much higher or lower. But we saw the impact coming from all the data through the week. So looking into what could happen this week, especially for the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar, today we did have some numbers come out for the Aussie dollar. Manufacturing PMI was 56.8, came out at 59.7, so well into the expansionary phase, looking like a good number as well. Haven't seen that big impact on the Aussie dollar at this point. I'll tell you more about why that's the case shortly. And then later into the day, tonight we do have some US ISM manufacturing PMI numbers, possibly going from 64.7 to 65. Again, well into the expansionary phase at 65 if it does come out at that point, and we do expect it to be within that number. So possibly going to see some US dollar strength, probably not straight away. As what we've been seeing with the US dollar economic data, it comes out and it gets applied, the impact of that good data gets applied at a delay. So it comes through probably not tonight, but maybe you can set up your opportunities, your trade ideas for the next couple of days. And then on Tuesday, very importantly, on Tuesday afternoon, we have the RBA interest rate decision. They are going to hold it at 0.1%. Interest rate is going to hold at 0.1%, but you have to pay attention to what the RBA is going to say in the rate statement. Are they looking for further possible increases into the future? Most likely, they're going to hold at 0.1%. I think the last statement was saying that they're going to hold it until 2023, if I'm not wrong. So for lower for longer is that process or the statement that most central bankers are taking at this point. What's likely to happen here with interest rates staying at 0.1%, and if the RBA does come out and say that they're going to hold it at that rate for longer, we might actually see some strength coming into the Aussie dollar. It doesn't make a lot of sense that if they hold interest rates lower, that we see some strength, but that stability, that consistency is going to give a bit of a better approach for that Aussie dollar. So I'll show you more as we look into the charts shortly. And then later into the week, any other news? We have a lot of New Zealand news coming out on Wednesday morning. Employment numbers going from 0.6, employment change going from 0.6 to 0.2. Still a positive change. Still looking at possibly some upside on the New Zealand dollar. And then as we go through the rest of the week, we have ADP non-farm for the US dollar, and also non-manufacturing PMI numbers looking again very good economic data coming from the US, especially in the non-manufacturing PMI numbers. And as we head on to Thursday, we have the pound, and on Friday, bear in mind this is highly important. On Friday, we have the RBA monetary policy statement early morning at 9:30. Followed by the US non-farm payrolls on Friday night, 8:30 Singapore time. Non-farm payrolls in this case expected to go from 916K, struggling with that, I don't know why, 916K, expected 978K. We're probably going to see a very good number in terms of non-farm payrolls. But what this actually could mean is that it might be priced in already. So with that news being released at that point, we might not see a very big jump. We are seeing employment numbers for the US performing very well. So it looks like it might be priced in at this point. Average hourly earnings going from minus 0.1% to a 0.1%. Again, very good number expected there. And unemployment rate going from 6% to 5.7%, approaching that natural unemployment rate for the US. With that in mind, my idea or my thinking is that we might see all this being priced in when this is being released for non-farm payrolls. Be very, very careful. So looking at the charts, what all this means and being applied onto the charts, the Aussie dollar here on the H4 time frame, as we saw late last week, it went as we expected early last week, it went as we expected off that 7780 level up towards 7829, hit that resistance before turning back down, and now testing 7730 again. My anticipation is that with the rate statements, rate decision coming out, with possibly, although we expect some good US numbers being released, but that delay in impact in the US dollar, impact in the US data applying to the dollar, what I'm looking out for is for that push upwards. We see the dollar index going back up, testing that resistance level now. If we do see that rejection of that resistance level, turning back down, we see further US dollar weakness. Above 7740, we're looking at a good 20 pip stop loss for a good 80 pip take profit level. You're looking at a way above 1:4 risk reward ratio there towards the upside. Can it reject this point and turn down? Yes, for sure, but this would be a very strong counter trend trade. I'd rather be looking for it to move up above that 7730 level, back up towards the 7813. So it's quite straightforward on the Aussie US dollar at this point. With the New Zealand US dollar, we've seen that big upward move over the past couple of weeks. Right now, it has hit 72 7293. As we looked at it, it hit 7293 and it's dropped back down to 7167 support level. Again, anticipation, that correlation with the Aussie dollar and the expectation for some good employment numbers coming out for New Zealand. I do think that we might see that upward move again. Part one from 7167 towards 7225, and maybe part two from 7225 towards 7293. So what to look out for? Look for the upward move. Wait for it to close at above 7180. You're looking at a 20 pip stop loss again for a good 40 pip take profit as a part one trade. And then a part two trade, you're looking at a 50 pip take profit again for a very tight 20 pip take profit stop loss. 1:2 risk reward ratio being applied for both part one and part two trades. So quite straightforward in terms of the Aussie dollar and the Kiwi dollar, both looking at a resumption of the upward move. Sitting at a support level right now gives you the opportunity to take a very tight stop loss for good potential upside trades.
Okay, thank you for that, Jin. Yeah, so just a reminder, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. Okay, right now, I'm going to get Daniel in here, Daniel, trading coach at LCMS Traders, to share a little bit about how the LCMS Traders Club can help you trade better. Daniel.
Okay, thank you, Jinwei. So, moving forward, looking at how the LCMS Traders Club can help you do better. There are many ways we can go about this, but just to let everybody know, we recently just finished the 4-day course just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, okay, where a lot of students were taught about the profitable 5-step strategy. Now, how will you be able to go to the next level? Okay, so what we'd like to share with you today, excuse me, is we are ready to bring everyone to the next level, right? This is going to have a master class with Jin on the 7th of May, this Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., one full day session. Now, in this master class, okay, we will be helping students to achieve mastery by focusing on executing the strategy the right way towards profitable and consistency. Now, we taught you what are the 5 steps. You may not interpret it correctly, understand it correct, and not practicing the right way. So we've seen a lot of students practice the wrong way. And this session here, we will be helping you to plan and to understand where you can do it correctly. We will help you establish well-defined specific goals, breaks down the task into parts, practice plan, double down on how to practice the right way, and not only that, you will receive feedback from the master. Now, for those this is what I'm talking about. This is that the live participant in an event in Singapore will get a one-to-one with Jin. Now, he will be deep diving you into the trading issues. Trading issues where you have what is holding you back from your next trading breakthrough. You're not sure what is happening. He will follow up with developing a plan specifically for you and take your trading to the next level. Now, as this event is limited participant 40 slots, it is really filling up right now. It is less than 2-digit numbers, less than 10 right now available slots. I will need you to sign up now if you want to secure your slots. Now, for those overseas, you can join too. We have established join the live screen on the sessions on Zoom and participate the same activities as the live participants. What we have is a coach will be dedicated to the Zoom sessions at the same time to answer your questions, facilitate the training so that you will be experiencing the same thing as those live trading participants as well. Okay, so if come and join these sessions, come and join this masterclass, and this is how we can bring you up to the next level and really improve your trading. Okay, Jinwei.
Hey Daniel, how much is it?
Oh yes, That's the most important question. Now, how much is it? It's only $100 USD in these sessions for one full day. Normally, in this kind of sessions, it's like almost more than $1,000 or $2,000. And we were looking at what we were planning at. What usually previously was $1,899, and now we're only at $100. It's really very cheap, but it is definitely worth it and going to be very beneficial to all of you. Okay, so just come and join in now and master your trading in Forex.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, for that. Yeah, we have come to the end of the session today. So yeah, we can find our podcast in Spotify. Search for Forex Trading Asia in Spotify. If you're not in our free signals channel already, join it with this link here. The LCMS Traders YouTube channel link, Traders Club link, and if you're looking for a managed account service that provides about 3% a month on average ROI, yeah, check out forexbriefcase.com. So with that, we have come to the end of the session. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Euro currency analysis. Thank you and bye.